All right. Welcome to another episode of the Chicago Gamepreneur Show. I believe we just tracked down this 23?
22.
22.
This will be our 22nd.
22nd episode. And due to technical difficulties, this is actually 22 Part B.
Yes.
Or 22-2, so.
Through a series of unfortunate events. We are talking to actually the partner of the last person who we talked to.
Unless Anton gained a bunch of weight. Then you're
wow. And a beard wig and stuff.
It's a really good costume, Anton.
It's a face merkin.
So here from Hyacinth Games is Matthew Sears.
Yep.
He, along with his two compatriots, are working on Wreck Age, which is a game of a sort that I had no idea existed before we talked to Anton.
Yeah. So you guys are more video game stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Wreck Age it's a post-collapse setting. So it's set a couple hundred years in the future after the environment collapsed. Sorry, there's a dog down here. So the environment caused the society to collapse. It became economical as well. And then a lot of people left the planet, and then the people that are left, it's now a resurgence after that. Things are now getting more tenable. So you can, harvest crops and build communities. But there's still scant resources, so people are fighting over them. So we do a tabletop miniature skirmish line, which is what the Kickstarter we're doing is about. It's about adding vehicles to that. We also have an RPG, more theater of imagination narrator game as well. So we have got those two companion pieces. And, right now we're doing the Kickstarter for modular vehicle kits. So.
And this is actually your fourth Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, so we do them for specific projects. The first one was to just figure out if this was something people were interested in. So that was for a core rulebook, and I think it was 24 miniatures. We're now we're closer to 200 if we haven't hit 200. So over the last 5 years, and then we've done other smaller projects. Like one was just for another wave of miniature set. And then we did one for John, our newest partner who joined from Los Angeles, did a source book called Shangri-La, which is set in that area. It was really just wet California post-collapse type. Yeah. So we're doing them as we go, kind of like in bursts, and it's less to the company's doing a little better, so it's less to like it's more for expansion more than like just like the initial ones were like let's get this off the ground. So. Kickstarter is a good tool. I mean, I like it. It's been very helpful for us as an indie. I mean, it's kind of like companies like us are the exact reason it exists, in my opinion. So we're not doing fulfillment. Like we have stretch goals that those things may not get made if we don't hit them. Like that's
it's
the
an
reality
actual project that you are becoming a patron of, rather than sort of a pre-order scheme.
Well, and I think it's interesting that Kickstarter is like built into your company model now, right? It's not you did Kickstarter, now you have the separate thing. You're actually utilizing the Kickstarter mechanism kind of in sequence, right?
Mm-hmm. And to the point where we have retailer pledges as well, so stores can get because we don't want to. So a lot of stores, like when you speak to them and you talk to them about Kickstarter, I know we're on topic. We're on topic, but
keep going, please.
They feel like you're just trying to sidestep them, you're like I just want to do this because you talked about fulfillment, like how like a lot of people use it as like a direct fulfillment to like a consumer thing. So a lot of the stores are like, well, you're just trying to sidestep distribution and circumvent us, and we're like, well, we have this. It's not even like an olive brand. I love game stores. Like I try to do something at a game store once a month.
Nice.
Run events as much as I can. So it's like an actual honest to goodness, like, hey, please participate in this Kickstarter as well. We're not trying to leave, retailers in the lurch.
Yeah.
So
would you point to anything that kind of made you successful over multiple campaigns? Because me and Rob have both done one Kickstarter, but I don't know if there's anything that kind of helps you when you do your second and your third one.
I think what we've learned is that we just need to have like our expectations in line with reality. Like so, the first one you're having like you salivate over like the really really big ones, and you're like, oh, could we do that as well? But but the difference I think now also in the last 4 or 5 years is you need to have a lot more finished when you go to it.
Yeah.
Because when we started, I think our first Kickstarter was like a handheld camera and
some sketches on a
yeah,
napkin.
like an actual just straight up concept art and ideas like that weren't even necessarily fleshed out. And now like we get a lot of people, and I'm not saying that they're spoiled. They just got to have different expectations.
Yeah, I think
that,
the expectation from Kickstarter has changed.
Yeah.
Right.
So like we came into this with renders for the stuff, and like people wanted renders for the stretch goals and stuff like that. And like we have to pay the sculptor first, like that's not that like so like I think that's one thing that's changed. So like I would say if I was gonna be Tom was doing like their first Kickstarter or something like that, which I think is like with the theme of the question is just put more time planning into it than you think is necessary.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, hey, I think I'm done, like work on it a little bit more because people are gonna come at you harder than you think.
True.
Which is fine.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
When you're in a Kickstarter mode.
Gotta protect your
which
rights.
is right now for you, right? You're in week 3.
We have 9 days left.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and this is the kind of the lull period.
Which will be less when you see this. So go
unless it's live.
Right,
If
you're watching this live.
It's
yes,
9 days.
Do have
for
9
you,
days?
you have lots of time. Not lots of time. You should still just go and buy it right now. At just Google Rec Age Kickstarter.
And we'll have the link in the description.
Yeah.
Put the link. Yeah.
But you're still in that kind of they call it what the middle week lull.
Yeah. So the first week and the last week are huge.
You're big
so like
hitters.
we
Yeah.
funded. So it's a $10,000 Kickstarter because that's our break even point on it. Which is another thing people really need to do with Kickstarter is make sure that they have that budgeted out at first. Otherwise you're gonna lose your shirt. And so that was the first week, and then we've done like historically you do like 45% first week, 45% last week, 10%
in the middle. Yeah.
in over 2 weeks, which is just brutal.
Yeah.
Just like
It feels bad.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's basically a 2-week existential crisis where you're like, am I even cut out for this? Does anyone like what I'm doing?
And the way Kickstarter works is like so you can do that remind me later button, but as the actual like publisher, like you can't view that. Like I can see anything. I can see when someone cancels, upgrades, does anything like that. Other than when they click that remind me later button, and then that last 48 hours is when you start getting those emails where like, hey, you wanted us to remind you.
You can
about this.
unclick that remind me later button too. So
yeah. But I just can't see what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people click that.
The actual the people running the campaign have no idea how many people.
I'm just saying, like,
there.
who knows how good an indicator it is.
Sure.
If it was there.
Yeah, even if you had that number, I don't know how many of them are gonna just ignore that and be like,
None of them. They're all gonna approach.
For your project, maybe.
I do wonder if one that it would be helpful to have an idea of what that looks like, and then 2, I've always wondered if you have people that are gonna give into your campaign, if you should just stretch it out.
They're gonna surrender.
Exactly, surrender to the great marketing. But
yeah, and I think they're doing shorter burst campaigns now. I just feel like, personally, as a guy who's lived check to check numerous times in my life, like it's good to have that month to be able to be like, I just heard about this. I have 3 weeks left. I can budget.
That's true. Yeah.
Because our stuff's not a huge buy-in. Like 2 cars and a bunch of stretch goals, which just has like horses and dirt bikes. It's $55. So it's not a lot for resident pewter like high detail like vehicles. So it's but like Kickstarter can be pretty frustrating. It's perfect for companies like ours that are a little bit like I wouldn't say established because we're still small.
But you have the previous campaigns.
Yeah,
you can
I do
build
worry.
off of,
I do
you have this
worry.
universe
I feel bad for campaigns, and I'm like, that's a great idea, but they just don't have the spit and polish. And then like I pledge to it, and it fails.
Yep.
Like I'm just like this is the spirit of Kickstarter. This is what people should be like clamoring for. And yeah, I know it's a little bit more high risk, high reward. You can have people chase a dream, but that's what it's
especially when now you're like next to other projects on Kickstarter that do have that level of polish.
Yeah, like the ones that are doing like $1 million and stuff like that. And those
have like usually names
done.
attached to them.
And they're
not just.
You also just can't be jealous of that stuff. And that's just insane. Like,
just do your thing. Yeah.
Shoot your
shot.
Anton and I both have a little bit like small background in like pressing like indie punk like vinyl stuff.
Yeah, he talked about the music stuff. Yeah.
So like we had two like I mean his record label was bigger and like we book shows and stuff like that, but like it's a lot of the same. Like you need that like DIY or die. Like if like yes we don't sculpt and we don't do the art and stuff like that, but like if there's something that can be done with by us, we just absolutely it's just second nature just to do it, because otherwise you're paying somebody for it and we can't afford to do that.
I think that's a great point. A lot of like, especially like game designers, right? You're kind of isolated.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say like, oh, I don't need to do like the down and dirty marketing, but that's what really like gets the Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly.
going.
Like you're not gonna, if you're gonna be like a small DIY company, you're just like you can't just be like a project manager. You're gonna have to have at least some aspect into the creativity into it, or maybe just be like a charismatic cult leader.
Sure, right.
Like, like that's it.
Too, yeah.
If you have that going for you, then you'll get plenty of free work, and you just need to supply the jumpsuits. You're done.
Okay, so say I'm brand new to Rec Age and I want to get in at that $55 price point. Tell me about, one, what do I get, and then two, how do I play once I have my thing?
So we have rules up for free at rec-age.net, so you can get that as a free PDF. Whenever I do a video and I tell people it's free stuff,
or a free DF.
Buzzes. Yes, it's a free DF. Thank you. You did it.
I'm a portmanteau machine.
So we do have free PDFs of the rules. The vehicle rules are in beta because we knew there'd be a lot more interest in it during this campaign, and there has been. So we didn't want to finalize them beforehand. That's also a free PDF. You can get those.
You wanted to
it's
say
a free DF. It's a free DF. You did it, man.
Just get into it.
Hope you're proud of yourself. And so you Drive Through RPG also does fulfillment for our free products as well, and they're great. Like that's also a great like indie developer service as well.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys know too much about that. It's basically it's kind of like the Kindle type stuff, but it's only RPG stuff. Or there's wargame stuff like that too. So it's nice because it'll give you recommendations based on it. It'll tell you when a publisher you've worked with, like you bought something from, comes out with a new product. And for us, it's great because like we can communicate with those people after the fact and like tell them what's up.
Very cool. Very cool.
So
speaking of those people, what's your audience like demographically, and like
it varies
just as they communicate with you?
I mean, a lot. What's
Do you
nice
like
about
these
it?
people? Are they monsters? Are they little trolls?
So like we just did Adepticon, and which is very miniature driven. So we've got we've found that we have two communities. We've got the miniature community, which is a little bit larger because we have the 200 miniatures and stuff like that, and then we've got the RPG community, which we're going to be focusing on more as we've just fleshed things out and have more of those products come out. You really need to have a good library out for people to get like too fanatical, I would say. So I mean, I've met people through Rec Age that are very good friends of mine now. So it's not. Being small kind of like breaks down those barriers. So it's not like we don't really have like fans. It's more of like co-conspirators at that point. Like John, like our third partner. Like we met him through the game. He wrote some content for it, and then then he just flew out to Chicago for that con.
Nice.
And like we're buds now. Like like in cahoots. So I would say it's small but close knit. Like I know, like we at Adepticon, I had volunteers, and like they all are buddies after doing volunteering for the last couple of years. So it's like it's pretty tight knit. Yeah, like I don't really meet anybody that plays our game that like I'm also upset with. Like. So
well, I think that's a cool part of Kickstarter on a smaller project is that you get like really close to the creators.
Yeah, that's there is that communication, and it's not just press releases and stuff like that. I understand, like you got to grow up someday and be a real business, and like you got to put those barriers up, because no one wants to be like John Lennon, like
sure, right.
But like at this point, like
Yikes.
I was trying to coin a
well done.
But so it's I would like it is a community, but it's more like it's kind of becoming like a group of friends and acquaintances at this point, so.
Well, and I really like what you've done, and you've kind of made the rule set the platform, right, and it's open to anybody.
Yeah, it is Creative Commons. I really like being Creative Commons. because I mean, there's two ways to look at Creative Commons. Some people are like, oh, you're giving away a bunch of stuff for free, and like you could be monetizing that. It's like not really. Like I would
advertising.
It is. So a company like our size, it is like free advertising, and we do go through a ton of free PDFs. You know, I don't know if those people ever play or even open them, but you know, people see free stuff and they click and they download, and that's great. But like, the philosophy of Creative Commons is like, do I want to spend time protecting my IP or do I want to spend time growing my IP? Mm-hmm. And I think in 2017, trying to protect your IP, especially in like weird like litigious or DRM and stuff like that, that's a battle you're not going to win. Like,
I agree.
Yeah. Like I am weird about, like, I don't download stuff illegally. If they want you to buy it, I'll buy it. You know, like, oh, bummer. Like if I feel like it's something that should be like a gateway, like rules, yeah, like sure, I'll buy it if I'm really interested. But there's things that I'm like, I'm not sure about, and I just won't get into that. Mm-hmm. So so the companies are putting up a barrier for themselves, and also, they're just like, that's another thing, is that they're distancing themselves from their like fan bases, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Like any barrier to entry, it just seems silly to me.
Yeah, and I think that with the tools we have these days, like, your fans are also your content creators, right? People are streaming, you know, writing stuff, you know, all these different things, and if they are working with your like base rule set, that just feeds back to you.
Yeah, and Creative Commons is nice too in that sense, is if they do want to create content that we're not going to do, like zombies. Like people, at first, the zombie bubbles kind of burst, but like when we first started, people were like, add zombies to your game, and I was like, that makes no sense. And so we just like, no, you know, and then, but people did it. They were like, hey, here's my Rec Age Rules Zombies group that I'm just playing with my friends, and then they would pop up their rules on our forums or something like that.
With attribution.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, don't resell it, you know, like, yeah, that would be kind of a jerk move. They're like, hey, we made these zombies and it's a $2.99 PDF on our website, linked on your website now.
So that's really cool, because like, if I was part of your like 10% that really loved Rec Age but wanted like just with zombies for some reason, like now I'm part of your community because I have this little like zombies add-on that I can utilize.
Yeah, people loved zombies for a minute. It's kind of over. I mean, I loved zombies growing up.
Dinosaurs now.
I know my
dinosaurs are cooler. I think. I mean,
my zombie stock is like way down.
Is Hasbro going to do a Dino Riders movie now? Is that what's going to happen? Do you remember that? It was a terrible cartoon that was just made to sell toys. It was just there was dinosaurs mounted with laser guns.
Right.
Yeah, you remember it? Okay, good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there was, do you remember the movie Dragon Wars?
Yeah.
Which was basically that as well. Mm-hmm. Lasers and surface-to-air missiles strapped to the back.
What was the stupidest toys? Food Fighters? You ever see that one?
No.
It was like, it's not Healthy Foods, because I think one was like a chicken wing on the Good Guys. But like, it was like cafeteria style food versus like restaurant food, and they had like little army hats, or like they're green. They looked like U.S. military.
Who are we supposed to root for? The restaurant?
I had the bad guys, but they had like some.
No, but who are the bad guys of those two groups?
Like that was the one. Like there was a slice of pizza. There was a hamburger. Like there was like, you'll have to look it up. Like I'll post a.
So the best foods.
The better foods for you were the Good Guys, and then the bad foods were more like the greasy, like fast food type stuff. I don't know if that was their message.
Backwards.
Yeah, but like they had like, I think they had like an ATV that was like a carton of eggs. Like it had all these, like they had like like a ketchup helicopter. It was stupid.
Maybe this is your next rules expansion.
Yeah, maybe I could get. Do you think they'll give me the licensing for that real quick?
Yes.
$8.